Haley with the Bears here. Mr. CEO with the Jags. T-Man with the Patriots. Zach with the Jets. And T-Man with the 49ers. Let's hope we haven't gotten like a wow hit out of... I mean, we got that pretty cool Justin Fields, but other than that, there's been nothing that was like, wow, like go crazy over. The TJ Watt photo variation, now the highest paid defensive player in the NFL. Then we have DeAndre Hopkins, also a photo variation of the Cardinals. Followed up by Luke Farrell, rated rookie of the Jacksonville Jaguars, going to see Mr. CEO. Ramondre Stevenson of the Patriots headed to T-Man with that portrait. And then we have that Elite Series rookies, New England Patriots going to T-Man. Nice hit right there. That's Mac Diddley Jones, followed by Rob Gronkowski of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then here we go. It is going to be out of 349, the Jersey Kings, Josh Jacobs of the Raiders. And that is headed to Lewis. We are due. We are due for sure. DK Metcalf of the Seattle Seahawks. Right there with that variation. And then another variation, that's Mr. Darius Leonard of the Colts. Followed by Rashad Bateman of the Baltimore Ravens. And then we're going to have a Kwity Paye out of 100 of the Indianapolis Colts. That Rashad Bateman headed to Mr. CEO. And this Kwity Paye headed to Cynthia. Followed up by the rookies, Travis Etienne Jr. of the Jacksonville Jaguars to Mr. CEO. And then we have the 2001 throwback Barry Sanders of the Detroit Lions. I agree that we are due for one. Romeo Okwara, Marshawn Lattimore of the Saints. Then we have the Tom Brady variation of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, following up with Daniel Sorensen of the Chiefs. Then we have a Pete Werner rated rookie. Pete Werner rated a rookie of the New Orleans Saints, headed to Cynthia. And then we have the retro series out of 100 of Jim Kelly of the Buffalo Bills going to T-Man. Followed up by a legend series, John Elway of the Denver Broncos, headed to Gavin. And the champ is here, Ryan Sukup of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that is going to be going to T-Man as well. Jacoby Myers are right there to get things kicking off. Mike Gesicki of the New England or the Miami Dolphins. Then we're gonna have two back-to-back non-variations, followed by Trey Sermon of the San Francisco 49ers right there heading to T-Man. And then we have a press proof, and that is the the Baltimore Ravens right there going to Mr. CEO. With that Lamar Jackson, followed by a Dominators Christian McCaffrey of the Carolina Panthers headed to Phil. And then we have Marcus Allen of the Las Vegas Raiders headed to Lewis. Jive in with that Odell Beckham Jr. of the Cleveland Browns headed to Cynthia. And then we're going to have a rated rookie, Jalen Phillips. Rated rookie, Jalen Phillips of the Miami Dolphins headed to Phil. An all-timer, Troy Aikman of the Dallas Cowboys going to Cynthia as well. DeAndre Swift of the Detroit Lions going to Lewis. And then we have a a Kenny Moore of the Indianapolis Colts, and that is going to Cynthia. And here we go. It is going to be a Gridiron Kings all-time 4 out of 10 Peyton Manning. And that is headed to Cynthia with the Indianapolis Colts. And due to the rarity of that and the number right there, and the fact he just got inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, that is going to get a sizzle sticker. Great hit right there. Very cool. Unsure if that's going to be worth a bunch of money. Probably not, because he's not playing anymore. But that's a very, very cool card. And, you know, there might be some collectors out there that really want that. Especially with him being in the Hall of inducted this year. Ndamukong Suh, the Bucks, Adam Thielen of the Vikings to get started right there. We're going to have Mr. Elway of the Denver Broncos, and that's going to Gavin. Following that up with a New York Jet, Jamison Crowder right there. A Javian Hawkins of the Atlanta Falcons. And then we're going to have Mr. Trevor Lawrence out of 500. And that's how to do Mr. CEO. And we're going to mag that bad boy up. Out of 500, getting a sizzle sticker. Last sales price that I can see is $180. And then there's 2 best offers accepted. One where it started at $200 and another where it started at $400. Nice sizzle sticker for Mr. CEO. And then we're going to have Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns with that Action All-Pro, followed by a 2001 Randy Moss of the Minnesota Vikings. Derrick Henry with that photo variation of the Tennessee Titans. Following that up with Zeke Elliott. Then we have Mr. Zach Wilson of the New York Jets. Zach Wilson of the Jets headed to Zach. A nice base rated rookie right there. Headed to Zach. And then we have a silver no name, and that is going to be Kadarius Toney of the New York Giants heading to John. Following that up with Rob Gronkowski Power Formulas of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to T-Man. And then a retro series, Michael Strahan of the New York Giants. And that's headed to John. Russell Wilson of the Seahawks to get started right there. Joe Namath with that photo variation, followed by Miles Jack of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then we're going to have a little Kelvin Joseph of the rated rookie of the Dallas Cowboys to Cynthia, and a Tommy Tremblay of the rated rookie of the Carolina Panthers. Nice hit right there. And then it's going to be the rookies, Justin Fields of the Chicago Bears, going to Haley. And then we're going to have a Joe Namath of the New York Jets with that 2001 Donruss. And this box, now we have 4 out of the 5. And of course, the one we don't have is Trey Lance. Yeah, but there's still about half this box to go. Half this box to go. Let's go get T-Man a Trey Lance. We've got everyone that got a big team, a quarterback so far. At least one or the other, or at least one. We're going to have a Xavier Collins of the Arizona Cardinals headed to Gordon, followed by a Seth Williams silver of the Denver Broncos, and that's going to go to Gavin. Then we have Mr. Kellen Mond of the Minnesota Vikings. Kellen Mond of the Minnesota Vikings heading to Haley, followed up by a Elite Series rookies, Trey Sermon of the San Francisco 49ers headed to T-Man, and there's Tom Brady of the Buccaneers highlights. There's one Trey, but it's not the one we're looking for. We have a little some of our veterans right there. Going to be curious to see how Joe Burrow plays in his first action back from a pretty substantial knee injury right there. Speaking of knee injuries, holy heck with the Baltimore Ravens. Amir Smith-Marset, and then we're going to have a black press-proof Cornell Powell of the Kansas City Chiefs heading to T-Man. A nice 6 out of 10 for T-Man right there. Followed by a Dominators Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs going to T-Man. And then a 2001 throwback Steve Young of the San Francisco 49ers to T-Man as well. We're just like dancing around, getting T-Man all these like solid hits except the Trey Lance that he's hunting for. Come on, Mr. Lance. Haley, the only person out there that buys the 49ers for Trey Sermon. We have a Javon Holland rated rookie of the Miami Dolphins. Javon Holland of the Miami Dolphins, followed by Tom Brady's 68th career touchdown pass. And then we're going to have a Christian McCaffrey Gridiron Kings, followed by a Legend Series Phillip Rivers of the Chargers, and then a Retro Series Drew Bledsoe of the New England Patriots. DeAndre Hopkins right there, Moelle Cox. We're going to have Dak Prescott, and then it's going to be Jalen Hurts of the Eagles with that photo variation right there. Followed up by another rated Carlos Boogie Basham of the Buffalo Bills going to T-Man, followed by a press-proof Josh Allen of the Bills heading to T-Man. And then we're going to have a New York Jets, the rookies, Michael Carter heading to Zach, followed up by Javon Curse of the Tennessee Titans with that 2001 throwback. Jimmy G right there to get started. Currently holding off Trey Lance. Wonder how much longer that will last. I think George Kittle of 49ers. I think if the 49ers are winning and are staying in the playoff hunt and staying in the contention for the NFC West, I don't know if Trey Lance will see the field. Then we have Kylan Hill of the Green Bay Packers going to Tyler, followed by Sean Alexander of the Seattle Seahawks out of 500. And then we're going to have that Elite Series rookies, and that's going to be Mr. Kyle Pitts of the Atlanta Falcons headed to Phil. That's a pretty cool looking card right there with those Falcons jerseys. And then Alex Smith highlights of the Washington football team going to Gordon. And we got 5 packs left. Travis Fulgham of the Eagles. And then we have Ryan Fitzpatrick of the Washington football team, Carson Wentz of the Colts, DeMarcus Lawrence, followed by Russell Wilson. And then we're going to have a Justin Fields base of the Chicago Bears headed to Haley. I think Cynthia had said she planned on that's for her going to be in her PC, but And then we have the red Tom Brady press proof of the Buccaneers to T-Man. Following up with a Tyreek Hill action all-pros of the Kansas City Chiefs. And then a 2001 throwback, and that's going to be Ozzie Newsome of the Browns. Little Javon Curse action right there. Mark Ingram. We have Amari Cooper of the Cowboys, and then Adam Thielen of the Minnesota Vikings, followed up by Frank Darby of the Atlanta Falcons. Then we have a little Dez Fitzpatrick portraits of the Tennessee Titans to Mr. CEO. A Power Formulas Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles to Mr. CEO, and a Retro Series Peyton Manning of the Indianapolis Colts to Cynthia. Isn't Peyton Manning like doing some sort of Monday Night Football with Eli type of thing? Marvin Jones Jr. right there, followed by a Taysom Hill throwback of the Saints. And then we're going to have Ian Book, rated rookie of the Saints, and that's headed to Cynthia, followed by Daniel Sorensen of the Chiefs, the rookies, Jalen Waddle of the Miami Dolphins going to Phil. And then there is a Luke Kuechly 2001 throwback of the Donruss of the Carolina Panthers. Got it. Yeah, for some reason I had thought that he was doing like an alternative broadcast to all the Monday night games too. And he was going to have other players on and all that kind of stuff. Then we have Tyrann Mathieu right there. Simi Fehoko of the Dallas Cowboys headed to Cynthia. Then we have the Gridiron Kings, Davis Mills of the Houston Texans, followed by Derrick Henry Elite Series of the Tennessee Titans as well. And then a inducted Drew Pearson of the Cowboys going to Cynthia. I think he is. I'll look it up right before we go to the Foctagon after this break. Larry Fitzgerald with that photo right there. And then we're going to have a Mr. Tom Brady, followed by Christian Barmore of the New England Patriots, a press-proof Jerome Baker of the Dolphins, followed by a Dominators Zeke Elliott of the Dallas Cowboys, and then a 2001 throwback Peyton Manning. Look how young he looks right there, of the Colts going to Cynthia. Alrighty, let's run these rooks down. Christian Barmore of the Patriots, the Gridiron Kings, Davis Mills of the Texans, Simi Fehoko of the Cowboys, the rookies, Jalen Waddle of the Dolphins, Ian Book of the Saints, Dez Fitzpatrick of the Titans, Frank Darby of the Falcons, Kyle Pitts, Elite Series rookies of the Falcons, Kylan Hill of the Green Bay Packers, the rookies, Michael Carter, Carlos Boogie Basham of the Bills, Javon Holland of the Dolphins, Amir Smith-Marset of the Vikings, Trey Sermon, Elite Series rookies of the 49ers, Kellen Mond of the Minnesota Vikings, Seth Williams of the Broncos, Xavier Collins of the Cardinals, Tommy Tremblay of the Carolina Panthers, Calvin Joseph of the Dallas Cowboys, the no-name Kadarius Toney of the Giants, Javian Hawkins of the Falcons, Jalen Phillips of the Dolphins, Trey Sermon of the 49ers, Pete Werner of the Saints, the rookies Travis Etienne of the Jags, Kwity Paye out of 100 of the Colts, Rashad Bateman of the Ravens, Ramondre Stevenson portrait of the Patriots, and Luke Farrell of the Jaguars. And now on to our featured cards. First, we have the 6/10 Cornell Powell, and then the Josh Jacobs of the Raiders. Josh Jacobs of the Raiders going to Lewis, and that is going to be out of 349. And the 6/10 Cornell Powell of the Chiefs headed to T-Man. After that, it's a rookie QB run. We have the Elite Series rookies, Mac Jones of the Patriots to going to T-Man, followed by the base Zach Wilson of the Jets to Zach, Justin Fields base of the Bears to Haley, and then the rookies Justin Fields to Haley as well. And then we have 2 mags. We have the Peyton Manning 4/10 all-time auto, and then the Trevor Lawrence 165/500. 166/500. With that nice completion percentage of 69.2. Alrighty, with that, we are done with break 1360. We will be back from the Foctagon with a weight class random.